any rate, we were on Wonder Woman.
I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure who it is.
I gotta look her up. I thought you maybe would help me out with that one because I looked at her and I'm like, I want to say that I know who you are, but I can't quite place it. The mask there's something familiar about it, but I'll look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up and I will let you guys know right now actually who this character is. But yeah, Wonder Woman should be good. I hope they up the magic elements to it. One thing that I'm hoping.
They showed her on her homeland. They were fighting with the Amazons, so hopefully they do dig down a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Backstory.
I think they will. One thing that I do hope that Warner Brothers and DC does with their films is they're not as apprehensive to go into the more abstract, like the magic and the far space stuff. I mean, I guess they already did with Man of Steel, so the space thing is kind of covered. But I don't want them to be afraid of magic, like how I feel Marvel kind of was in certain places.
Right.
So,
or even with Aquaman. Remember, he deals with that mystic magic stuff too.
There's the it's not even just that, it's the Atlantean technology meshed with magic. That's how you get characters like Calderon, who's Aqualad.
Yeah, I like that.
And all of them. Yeah.
And there's
I hope they just kind of dive in, man. Like, let them be a different beast. Stop if they're in it now. They're in the thick of it.
Stay in your lane and do what you do best, man. And don't try to be Marvel. DC, be DC.
Yeah. We've seen them try it, and they tried to go in the opposite direction by just bypassing everything. But now that you guys are in the thicket of it, dude, just make it yours. That's all I can say. Make it yours.
That's it.
We went through way more than I thought we could in like a half hour.
That's a lot.
We got anything else?
That's it, man. I think
What about the Titans? We still got the Titans.
Oh, goodness. Okay, right. So
I got you.
In animated film news, we just got word not too long ago that there are several projects, but the two that stuck out in my mind, Teen Titans. They're getting another animated film. They're taking reins with that now. I like that they're kind of doubling down on the Teen Titans thing because I guess that they know that there's so many folks out there that are really fans of it. The Judas Contract. It was a comic that was done by George Perez. This was, I want to say it was in the 80s, but I could be wrong. They're adapting that into an animated film. They're also doing a Justice League Dark film. And for those of you who haven't caught up on that one yet, that is John Constantine, Zatanna, Swamp Thing, Shade the Changing Man, Deadman, Frankenstein. Those characters coming together who specialize in magic and take on basically the missions that the Justice League can't do. So that should be, it's one of my all-time favorite comic book teams. That should be great. Still kind of salty that they're not just making a live-action movie. Why do I got to get an animated film first? But
seriously, dude, I never knew why they never did a sequel to Constantine. I thought Constantine was a good film. I don't understand why they never did a sequel to that.
It didn't have, I guess, the buzz that they were hoping, so they didn't go through with it. I thought it was great. I own that movie on Blu-ray. It was one of my all-time favorites. So
it's one of my favorites as well. I was actually watching that last night that you mentioned.
Constantine, that was a good one.
Yeah, man.
So I didn't really feel the series that they just did of Constantine. I couldn't get into it.
It was trying to find its footing. They put it on a Friday night, which is basically the death sentence for a television show. It was building up. It was getting there.
You know, one thing I could say maybe about Constantine, I classified Constantine like the original Blade movie, being that it's I guess you would have to be into because they were their sub-characters. They weren't the main ones, you understand? So guys like us, we would understand Constantine and Blade, you understand? But it would seem I think now if Constantine would come out, I think it would probably do better because more people were into that whole comic thing. But
yeah.
They're the characters that you have to know something about the comic books and the graphic novels in order to enjoy to enjoy it. But I thought it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was kind of ahead of the curve because comic book films weren't as big as they now.
Yep.
It was right before you had that Marvel wave where everything just kind of exploded and became popular. But it was a good one, man. I feel like they could try and do him again.
There's one more thing I got to say, guys. One more thing. One of my favorite artists of all time, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Remake Spawn, man. You got to do it. Spawn came before its time, man. It was a little bit before its time. They need to do Spawned over. They need to do another Spawn movie.
He's been trying to put something together for years now, dude. He's been trying to get that thing off the ground. I don't know what the issue is, but Spawn was even before like Blade.
Yeah, it was like 96 or 97 or something
like that. When they had the animated television show on HBO, which I was a kid then and shouldn't have been watching it, but whatever. I did anyway. Oh well, sorry, I'm not sorry. But yeah, man, that deserves a comeback as well.
It's just a little bit before its time. A little before its time.
Also, speaking of before its time, we also got the new trailer for King Kong.
Yep.
It's called Kong Skull Island. Who I say he came before ahead of his time because in the whole monster movie genre, King Kong and Godzilla were the first. They're the first, and I feel ultimately they're going to be the last. And this new film that they're doing, I feel it could be the start of something really great when it comes to the monster movie films. Godzilla, the new one, was good, but there's room for improvement in that. And if they're really trying to pit these two figures up against each other, I think Godzilla will be a good place to start, especially what we see in the trailer where John Goodman's character, phenomenal actor, I love that guy, so hyped he's going to be in this movie. He's basically trying to prove the existence of all these other monsters. And as a writer, Charles, like you get this. As a writer, you're already like connecting the dots on where it could take the film. Because it's like, okay, if he's trying to prove that monsters exist and this takes place in the 70s, which is what I think it does, this predates the Godzilla film. So this could be the very start of where all these other kaiju and things like that come from.
That'd be good.
So it could be sweet, man. It's going to be good.
That'd be
I'm definitely going to go see that one. I'm more excited about that one than I am Godzilla, believe it or not.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be a nice change.
King of the Monsters, man. Kong, the first, the champ.
Right.
The rebirth.
Interesting, too, because I was always a Godzilla fan more than I was a King Kong fan, but they just messed up Godzilla so much the last couple films that I have no interest in seeing another Godzilla movie. In my opinion.
I didn't think the last Godzilla movie was bad. I just thought that it was a little slow.
Yeah, that one was better than the one with Matthew Broderick. They try to take it somewhere where it shouldn't have went, man. You know, it's just like, quit changing it up. I like the Godzilla, man, when he was in the suit throwing the jabs and the kicks. That's the Godzilla I like.
Exactly.
You want the little drawn lines when he shoots the atomic breath?
Right.
Yeah. You want those back. Oh, my goodness.
Charles, say it right. It was punch, punch, turn around, use your tail, punch, punch,
Yeah. Oh my God! When they had those wide swipes, when you come across and bonk each other on the head, and you see the plastic and like the rubber just kind of like bend. Oh, it'll be good. And they are planning a versus film with Godzilla and King Kong. How the hell that's going to work out? I haven't the first. I haven't the foggiest.
That means they're going to have to do 2 films, make those blow up, and then do a verse.
Well, Godzilla did make quite a big of a splash when it came out. Godzilla, I don't know how much it made, but it was definitely up there when it came out at the time. King Kong, I feel, will do the same. You have to explain to me how the hell you're going to have Godzilla, who's like freaking, I don't know how many feet tall, and King Kong, who they've made bigger, is going to be able to, how do you make that matchup go down?
Right.
Like how the size difference.
Godzilla's much bigger. He's
way bigger than King Kong. So they're either gonna have to scale him down like how they did in the old movie, Godzilla versus King Kong, scale him down, and then maybe hype King Kong up to where he's like twice as big as he used to be.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a problem.
Yeah, he is. He's a lot small.
He's too small right now. But it should be good. And Samuel Jackson is going to be in it too, by the way. I meant to throw that in earlier. So
of course. Let me stop.
Of course, who's in everything? It's Samuel Jackson. He's going to be in everything. So it should be dope, guys. There's a lot on our plate that we're going to have to cover in the future.
All right.
But,
hit us up, text us, email, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you can, ECLECTICKA. Of course, if you're watching this live, you're watching this at scvnetwork.com. You can also subscribe, so that way every time something comes up, you know where we're at. Subscribe on the YouTube. So thank you very much, Charles.
One last thing.
Yep.
Since you said Samuel L. Jackson, so you brought something up. He is going to be in a new Triple X.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's going to be in a new Triple X.
The return of Xander Cage. Great.
Oh,
great.
Man.
Yeah,
I'm brimming with excitement. Another Triple X movie. The Jock Broheim James Bond. I'm so thrilled.
All righty. All right, Drew. Thank you very much, Drew. You got to give us that salute so we know we can move forward.
Oh, yeah. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll definitely see you guys next week.
Yep, I'm 7. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
Take it easy, guys.